I brought the receipts to Thanksgiving dinner, and I didn't just ruin the appetite, I burned the whole house down. For years, I was the family extra. My sister, Melissa, was the golden child homecoming queen, sorority president, married to a high-end lawyer. I was just the daughter who moved to Seattle and worked a boring job. They didn't even know what I did for a living. Last Thanksgiving, my sister decided to use me as her personal punching bag. She flashed her diamond ring and looked at me with that syrupy, fake sweetness. "When are you going to settle down, Claire?" she mocked. "Men can tell when a woman is desperate. You're not getting any younger." My mother chimed in, not even remembering my husband's name. "Is it James? John? What does he do again? Something with computers?" I set my fork down. My heart was thumping, but my voice was steady. "Actually, I already had my wedding, 8 months ago." The room went dead silent. You could hear the grandfather clock ticking in the hall. My mother's face went pale. Melissa's mouth literally dropped open. "That's impossible," Melissa stammered. "We would have known." "You all got invitations," I said, taking a sip of wine. "I have the tracking numbers to prove it." My dad finally spoke up, sounding wounded. "Claire, we never got anything. We would have come." I pulled out my phone. I had been waiting for this moment. I swiped to the first screenshot. A certified mail receipt. "Someone at this address signed for all 5 invites on April 24th, I said. I zoomed in on the signature line. It was an unmistakable, loopy scrawl. Melissa's face turned from white to a deep, guilty crimson. "Melissa," my father's voice cracked like a whip. "Did you sign for the mail intended for your mother and me?" I don't recall," she whispered, her confidence crumbling like old paint. "Let me refresh your memory," I said. "April 24th. You stopped by to drop off a gift before your Denver trip. You offered to grab the mail. Then, I went for the kill." I swiped to the next image. It was an activity log for the family email account. "And when I sent the follow-up emails, you deleted them, didn't you? You had access." The logs show they were opened and erased from this house's IP address on April 26th. The silence that followed was heavy. My husband, Daniel, had shown me how to track every digital footprint she tried to hide. Melissa suddenly snapped. She stood up, screaming. "It was supposed to be about my wedding. You were trying to outshine me by getting married in June when mine was in September. You're always trying to steal my thunder." I actually laughed. "Steal your thunder? Melissa, I've been invisible for years. I just wanted my family there." The golden girl was finally cornered. She admitted everything. She threw the invites in a box in the garage because she couldn't stand the thought of me being first at anything. My mother tried to play both sides, as usual. "Well, you should have tried harder to make sure we got them." That was it. That was the moment I realized I was done. "I'm tired of trying," I said, grabbing my purse. "I live in Seattle. I drove here for every birthday, every holiday, and every one of Melissa's bridal events. None of you have even visited me once. You don't even know what I do." I stood up and walked toward the door. My father begged me to stay, but the air in that house felt like poison. "You missed a beautiful wedding," I told them. Daniel's father walked me down the aisle because mine wasn't there. His family is my family now. They're the ones who actually show up. I walked out into the cold November air. Behind me, I could hear the muffled sounds of my family finally turning on each other. Melissa ran out onto the porch, crying, asking if I'd ever forgive her. I didn't look back. "Maybe someday," I said. "But today, I'm going home to someone who actually remembers my birthday." I drove away, watching my childhood home fade in the rearview mirror. I felt 15 years lighter. They finally noticed me, but only because I was leaving.